Welcome to Front Porch Stories, presented by Craig Messer. Back in the hills, down winding roads, and tucked between ridges, there are small towns and quiet hollers where stories live through the people who've called Appalachia home for generations. Around here, history isn't just written in books, it's shared on front porches, at kitchen tables, and in the voices of the folks who've lived it. On this show, we sit down with some of those voices and we hear their memories, the legends, the hard times, the good times, and everything in between. Now, welcome to our front porch. Grab a cold iced tea and let's settle in for another edition of Front Porch Stories. Here's your host, Craig Messer.
Hey guys, this is Craig. Welcome back to another episode of Craig Messer's Front Porch Stories. I'm excited to have Mr. Gavin Stamey with me here today. Gavin, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so like Craig said, my name's Gavin Stamey. I work at Biltmore Church. I'm a college resident here. I work a lot in the college ministry world. So Western Carolina, Bavard College, and UNCA is where we're at. And we've started college worship nights once a month, and we have one actually tomorrow at the Waynesville campus. So pretty pumped for that.
Very cool, very cool. Who leads those college nights? Just a group effort or what?
Yeah, so there's three of us on the college team. Me, Skylar, he's our student pastor and college pastor. Then Clay Carino, who's also a college pastor here. It's just us three, just getting after it.
Very cool. Do you have, so is it mainly worship? Is there a message? Do y'all preach any of that night as
Yeah.
well? Okay.
So this week we'll actually have Matt Harrington, our missions pastor. He's preaching because our mission is to cultivate college age people who love God, love the local church, and love the mission of Christ. And so Matt's really hitting on mission work.
Very cool.
I just hit something. I don't know what
You're good. You're good.
But he's working on that. He'll be preaching. But so our last two we had Clay, and we're really like our first three before we go into the fall semester. We're really hitting on, hey, let's hit on what our mission is as a college team.
Yeah,
and it's to, like I said, love God, love the local church, and love the mission of God. And so our first one was, what does it mean to love God? Our second one was, what does it look like to love the local church? Now we're gonna be like, hey, what does it look like to be on mission for God?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped for this tomorrow's message.
That's exciting. So is it open to anybody that's not college age, or is it you trying to keep it?
Yeah, so we definitely have it's almost like a young adult thing too.
Okay.
We're not IDing people when they're walking in by any means.
Yeah.
Through God's sovereignty, someone's probably there.
Yeah.
And so no, we're not IDing anybody by any means. But our main target is definitely college aged.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool.
So the 18 like 25 range.
Yeah. Now it could be like 30 in college. It just depends. College athletics, they got like 40-year-olds out there playing. So it gets different.
I mean,
so how did you get started in that position? What led you?
Yeah. So I knew I was called to ministry, but I was really struggling with the call. I growing up in Haywood County, like I've never seen really a full-time pastor. Like this be so for real. Every pastor is a full-time pastor.
Right. But,
always. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they always have another job or something, doing something else. And so I'm thinking, I was like, okay, I have to do that. And so like I'm sitting here chasing my own idea of what it looks like for me to be a pastor.
Yeah.
And so I'm working at MB Haynes at the time. Wonderful company. Treated me well. Loved working for them. But God was calling me to full-time ministry. So I had a revival at Rocky Face, my home church where I grew up at. a Thursday night, I asked God, I said, God, wreck my life. I'll never forget this prayer. I said, God, wreck my life and make me fully like use me, like send me out,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
he definitely did.
That's awesome.
And I called my boss at the time. I said, over that weekend, I was just like, I have to get out of here. I have to pursue full-time ministry. I have to get out of here. And called my boss. I said, hey, I can work the 2 weeks. I can do whatever you need me to do, but I have to leave here.
Yeah.
And he's a good Christian man. Thank God for him. And he was like, hey, yeah, like I think you should listen to God. I think you
Yeah.
should quit.
Man,
So I
that's
quit right there that Sunday, having nothing lined up, not a thing. Didn't
wow.
have a job lined up, didn't know what was next. And during those 3 weeks before I had a job anywhere, it was really just like, hey, it's time to learn to lean on God right now. And
Yeah.
that's definitely what happened. And I ended up getting a job in Canton at Blue Ridge Muscle. 2 weeks later, praise God for them. And they're Brandy and Derek. Some of the most wonderful people and people to work for. I mean, they are for the mission of God. We started a Bibles and Barbell Bible study. But anyway, but from that, like, I get a text message from Clay. He was like, who was leading the college ministry at Western that I would attend to, which I wasn't in college. I was dating a girl. So I was there. And we're still dating, thank God. But
Hey, okay.
but we were. He's like, hey, I think you'd be interested in this. And at first, I told him no. I was like, well, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Then after that, I was like, maybe I should do this. Prayed on a little bit. Clay, through the sovereign will of God, texted me. He's like, hey, are you sure? I'm like, no freaking way. You just texted me.
Yeah.
Sent the application, had my interview, and got the job. And now I'm a college and young adult discipleship resident. And I've been here on staff since September 2nd of 2025. And absolutely adore it. I mean,
Yeah.
in this time, we've led 6 people to Christ.
Wow.
One of them being my brother. And my goodness, sometimes you just kind of sit back and you're just praising God for stuff like that and reflecting. But we've had a lot of growth. I mean, when I started in September, we were only at Western Carolina. Now we're at UNCA and Bavard College. So to see God really just put his hand on this and allowing us to go to all these other colleges is just awesome. I mean, we got 50 attending at Western Carolina, 52 at UNCA, then 170 at Bavard College.
Wow.
So really just seeing God work in Western North Carolina is awesome.
But
the issue is we need some more manpower, which I think that's what we're doing. The Lord's He's continuing to provide them. So it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure. So are you looking to if somebody watching might be interested in that and they think God might lead them to that, what's some criteria you're looking for new members of that?
When it comes to like the college,
yeah. Say you said need more manpower, like what would they need to be?
Yeah, great question. Well, one, a believer,
right? Yeah, but, that's important, right?
But really, just having a heart for the lost. There's too many people, especially in Western North Carolina, who go to bed perfectly fine knowing their people are dying and going to hell. And I just how could we?
That's a stinging statement.
Yeah.
I like to say I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I want to run really quick. Yeah. Like you said that. I always like to say that when I growing up talking to people, and like in high school and witnessing and stuff, I didn't know anybody that was lost.
Yeah,
everybody's saved. Oh yeah, I'm saved. Yeah, well, but the reality is we're in a world that's lost and dying and going to hell. And we lay down at night and it's like, where is our, if we were told there was a nuke coming tomorrow, we'd run around telling everybody.
Yeah.
Well, these people we talk to every single day are going to hell.
Yeah.
What do we do?
And that's like my favorite thing to ask, because like, growing up Western, like especially at Western Carolina, every Thursday, we have our Bible study there. But before that, a group group of people, we go out and evangelize.
That's
That's
awesome.
our command. Jesus Christ, commanded us to go make Matthew 28:19. Go therefore, make disciples of all nations.
Yeah.
Uh, just talking to them. So my favorite question, like what you're saying, is like, hey, what is it like if you died right now? What are your chances going to heaven 1 to 10? And if they're atheists, 9 times out of 10, it's like, well, I don't believe that. I'm like, okay, so what do you believe? What happens when you die?
Yeah.
And they just like, oh, I don't know. I had this one guy who I still keep in touch with. He is just, you can tell the Holy Spirit's really just working on him. He said it's like all your memories hit at once and you're slowly fading away, then nothing. I'm like, nothing. So what's your purpose in life? You don't have any. Like,
No.
if you're sitting there, you telling me you lived that life and you told me you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the Bible. What's your purpose? And so he's like, oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess to be a good person. I was like, well, what is a good person? What is your moral law?
Yeah. What decides what's good?
Yeah, and he was like, well, I'm not like, I would think the golden rule. I was like, that's so funny. Guess where that's from? Yeah. And like I sit there, showed him the Sermon on the Mount in the book of Matthew, and he was like, well, okay, it's a good opinion. I was like, okay. I was like, what if Hitler thinks it's a good opinion to kill 6 million Jews? Does that make him a good person? He's like, well, I was like, but you can't say he's wrong because it's his opinion. So from there, shared the gospel with them, and you just got to ask hard questions that they're never getting asked.
Yeah.
And also as a believer, you have to preach the gospel to yourself every day. Is what I truly believe. But back to your question, when it comes to like, what is that? What do we need? We need people who have a heart for the lost and a heart for discipleship. A lot of these college kids, especially like Brevard College, UNCA, Western Carolina, like a lot of them aren't really from the area. So that one, they need a local church. They need someone pouring into them, but also they need to be being discipled.
Yeah.
So like, because after they leave college, you only get get them for 4 years. And that's if you meet them when they're a freshman. So
Yeah. Gosh.
you gotta really just have a heart for discipleship and our mission: love God, love the local church, and be on mission for Christ. Like a lot of our students at Brevard College, like a lot of them don't go to Biltmore.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Biltmore, we are kingdom minded.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, you guys are Biltmore minded. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. No.
Yeah.
You have to be kingdom minded. I just want people to be in heaven.
Right.
I want to do what Jesus has commanded me to do, to love the local church, and Matthew 28:19.
Yeah.
I think if you have that heart when it comes to that, and you feel called to ministry, yeah, please do.
You have age requirements? They need to be college aged?
No, I mean, no, Clay's 28,
Okay.
Skylar is 26, and I'm 21. So
Okay. You're in them. You're a little out, a couple of them. So okay, awesome.
Yeah, I'm in
You're
there
in.
with them.
Yeah. You're there, man. That's awesome. So, are you pursuing education at this time as well, or?
I am. So I'll here in August. I was at Fruitland for a year, but the Southeastern has a pastoral counseling master's degree that I think I'm gonna get a hold of here in August. Fruitland, great school, learned so much from. Just wanted to change my degree. Wanted to go into pastoral counseling, and they also will take my GI bills.
There you go. That's a benefit, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was Fruitland was. I learned a lot there. Definitely did. Especially New Testament 101 was probably one of my favorite classes I ever got to take.
Who was the professor?
I had to look on my email.
Okay.
I can't tell you because I was all online the whole time.
Yeah. That's
I mean, working 2 jobs and doing school, I had to be online. There's no way I could be out there.
That's tough. That's real tough. That's real tough. So are you still at the barbell? What was it called? Blue Ridge Barbell?
Blue Ridge Muscle.
Blue Ridge Muscle.
Yeah. I'm still there. I'll be there for at least 4 more months. It's going to be a bitter, sad moment leaving there. I mean, absolutely, absolutely love it. Got to lead 3 people to Christ there. I mean,
Dude, that's awesome.
just getting to hear it, dude. It's and what's coming from it. Like, there's so many lost people there. Like, I'm hearing their stories, and it's just almost depressing. I'm like hearing people lose family members, go through divorces, and these lifestyles. Just sin. And I'm over here thinking, like, where's your joy at?
Yeah.
What is your purpose?
Yep.
And just they don't have one, but no one's asking them that. Like we have all these churches in Haywood County. I mean, like I could tell you where a lot of them are. Like that's Haywood County for you. But what are we doing to make disciples? What are we doing to go out and share the gospel? That's the church. People need to be in the church. Don't get me wrong, but if you're just there to warm up a seat, get out the way. Like
checklist. Sat in church Sunday morning. Good.
That's a lot of that legalism we face in Haywood County. A lot of just growing up and like, oh, if you do this and this, be at the church, serve in the church. Yes, please. Yeah. But if you're not for the mission of God, I don't get out the way. Like
I understand. I mean, you can be a hindrance.
Yeah.
Sometimes people in the church are hindrances. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
Even if they're like giving, the Lord will provide. We just have to be faithful.
Yes, right.
But yeah, I'm really big on, hey guys, how can we be for the mission of Christ?
Yeah.
Love the local church and love God.
Yeah.
I think that's like raising up college students to have that heart and have that same mission. Like during the summertime, we don't have worship nights. And the reason for that is because we want them to go out and go to mission trips, go out and share the gospel and, all over the nations, whether it's just in your neighborhood, just go out and share the gospel.
I think that's huge. I mean, if you look at stats, people that are raised in church, they get to college and they're done. They don't go back.
Yeah.
And being there with them and those numbers that you're seeing at these 3 different universities, I think that's impressive. And I think you're connecting with them in a way that's gonna matter. So I love it. I'm really happy to hear that. I think that's really cool. I want to share just for a second. So I've met Gavin. I was a substitute teacher, and you were probably I don't know 7th grade maybe the first time.
It was 7th grade. Yep.
And I'll tell you. So now that I'm in youth ministry, I did that in a secular setting, obviously, and you meet people, you meet kids. And it's weird being older. I don't know how to put this in the right words, but I was 20 something and you were in middle school. There's certain students that you remember.
Yeah.
You just, I don't know, you make maybe a different type of connection with them. Even being a sub, you meet some kids, you make a connection, you kind of remember those kids. And you can see things. I think as a believer, I don't know how to describe it, but I think I think the Spirit inside of us, the Holy Spirit is the Holy Spirit with you and me, and I think you recognize that in somebody. And I think meeting you at that point, I thought he's going to do something. Does that make sense?
No, I really appreciate
it. And I
see
that now, like with the youth that I have at church. Like I can tell you, like I'm not going to be like, God's calling you to, no, that's not my place. That's God's doing. But I think we can recognize that in other believers. Even if you don't know them, just being there and the little interactions. I don't know. It's different. It's different. And it's kind of neat. And now to see you doing these things, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. I get it. So I love it. So
yeah. Well, especially like when you see, especially when you're called to ministry, like you're seeing, like at Bavard College, we have this kid, Alex, who absolutely gets after it. I mean, he teaches, he preaches, and he's sitting there worried about his next career path. I'm like, dude, your career path is ministry. It's just whether when you're gonna you're gonna lock in or not.
Yeah. I've got a couple boys in my youth group that I'm like, I know what they're gonna do. I'm just waiting for them to discover it because it's to me it's kind of clear, but we'll see.
Yeah,
God will get on there. So, well, this has been good. I got 3 questions before I let you go. I ask everybody. So, Number one, what is your favorite TV show of all time?
I definitely think The Office. Big fan of
Okay.
it. I'm right now on Peacock. I'm watching like the extended versions.
Gotcha.
Haven't finished those, but definitely The Office. My favorite show of all time.
Okay, good. Favorite movie of all time?
I would say, and a lot of people are just like, oh, that's everybody's. Mine is Forrest Gump,
Okay.
and I say that because like at the end of Forrest Gump, uh, when Forrest meets his son,
Mhm.
then at the end sees Jenny again, and he asks, "Is he like me?" So the whole time, Forrest knows
Yeah.
what's going on. He knows like, hey, I struggle with this, but I'm gonna treat everybody with the love and respect that I know.
Yeah.
That's how every Christian should live.
Hey,
Hey guys,
that's a good pull there. I like
we're we're all broken in sin,
Yeah.
but we need to treat everybody like Christ treats us. We got to be willing to die for them. We got to act like Jesus died for us because he did.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's a good pull. I like that. I like Forrest Gump. So you've been to Bubba Gump's? Have you eaten there ever?
I'm not. No.
Okay. So when I was like early 20s, there's one in Gatlinburg, and me and my buddies always went to Dollywood. Well, we would leave Dollywood and we'd go to Gatlinburg and walk around in the evenings, and we'd always go to Bubba Gump's and eat. And like you get in there and they've got all this stuff around and like they're playing the soundtrack, and it's a cool experience if you've not been. I think it's neat.
I definitely have to go. I can't go to Dollywood anymore. Daggum. I was looking at how much it is. It's like $300 for two people.
It is insane, the prices. We were talking about going to Dollywood to church, and one of the girls, they were like, well, should we go to Dollywood or Carowinds? And she's like, let's go to Dollywood. It's cheaper. And I'm like, it's not cheaper.
It's not.
It's not. So,
Carowinds is much cheaper.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Last one, favorite musical artist or singer of all time?
Ooh, man, there's so many. I'll say right now is I'd say all time. I can never get old of Michael Jackson. His movie's coming out little
Yeah.
April 24th. Can't wait to see that. Me and my girlfriend Lily, we're gonna go see it. I'd say Michael Jackson. I can never get tired. Like I could go off and not hear his music for like 2 months, but the moment I hear it again, I'm like right back with it.
Yeah.
Just love hearing it.
That was I was a pretty big Michael Jackson fan back in the day. I mean, I still good with him, but I was at the beach one time with some buddies, and one of his music videos, I can't remember which one now, maybe Billie Jean. He goes through and he like touches stuff and they like light up. And so we're in this beach house. And I was like, let's make that music video. So I go through, one of my buddies is doing the light switches, and I'm going through singing, and I touch the lamp and he turns it on. It was hilarious. But if I had TikTok back then, I'd have been in trouble. I'd had all sorts of videos. It would have been crazy. I'd probably got music strikes and all sorts of stuff. You can't use that. You can't use that music. So copyright strikes. But that's good, man. That's good stuff. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being willing to get on here today. It's been a good conversation. I'd love to have you back anytime you want to be. Thank you.
Yeah, you just let me know, and I'd love to be here. I love the opportunity, especially just to advance the kingdom. Like I know your heart behind ministry, so any way we can advance the kingdom of God, maybe just even sit down, let's talk theology.
I would love to. I'd love to get together and talk. Let me ask you: do you have any links to any of the stuff that y'all do, like that I can put on some?
I do have just on our Biltmore website.
Okay.
It'll literally take you right there. Then it says like ministries, and you can click on whichever one.
Okay.
But like right now we're doing summer project where we go to Southeast Asia and just share the gospel out there. And
are you going?
I am. So I'll be all over the place. I'll be in 3 different countries this year.
Oh man, we'll have to do a big episode and you share all that stuff. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll be all over the place this year.
Yeah, very cool.
Looking forward to it.
Very cool. Well, we'll link that in the description for everybody. They can find that information. So, well, Gavin, I appreciate your time, and say keep on keeping on.
Thank you. Yeah,
All right.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. This has been another episode of Craig Messer's Front Porch Stories. We'll see you guys next time. Hey y'all, I'm Craig Messer, local realtor with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage out here in beautiful Haywood County, North Carolina. We've got 2 offices to serve you, one in Maggie Valley and one in Canton. If you are looking to buy or sell, this is the perfect time to do so, and Western North Carolina is the greatest place that you can do it. Western North Carolina is what we like to call God's country. We've got beautiful mountains, beautiful valleys, beautiful rivers, great people, great downtown scenes, great schools, some of the greatest rivalries in all of the Southeast. I'm a local. I was born here and raised here, went to school here, I go to church here, and now I'm raising my own family here. And I can attest that there's nowhere else that I would rather be. And if you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to me and let's start this journey together. Whether you want to be up on the mountaintop or down here in the valley, we can find a place for you.